Sweet morning, divine angels. I believe it's time to do justice with the time that you have with yourself. You may need to listen to this video quite a few times, maybe at a slower speed, to figure out how much your time is worth for yourself. Well, please do that. It's really worth it. When I came across this video for the first time, now I am a person who loves numbers. And naturally, when I started working with this video initially, it was appearing boring for me. Honestly speaking, I'm telling you the truth. Like it was actually appearing boring for me. There is so much of calculations, and I felt that, oh my God, if I'm spending so much time in just calculating, then is it really worth it for me? But let me tell you, people, guys, it's really worth it. It's really worth it. At least this guy has made some attempts to give you a structure, give you a system using which you can identify where you are investing or spending your time. See, spending and investing, there's a difference. When you invest, you get something in return. When you spend, you normally do not get anything in return. Okay. So it is possible to invest time to get time in return. Yeah, it may appear a bit different for you guys, but the truth is you can invest time to get time in return. And how it works, it's very simple. The kind of examples that he was sharing about like cleaning the house, or maybe the gas station things, what is happening when you're investing time on yourself? You are delegating it to somebody else. And when you're delegating it to somebody else, you actually earn that time. And with that time, you are paying less and you are making more. And you figure out what are those areas where it doesn't require your presence or your attention at all. A few days back, we were talking about, we were discussing about this Eisenhower matrix. In fact, while we were reviewing this book, Seven Secrets of Successful People by Stephen Covey, there was this mention of this Eisenhower matrix. Now, Eisenhower was one of the presidents in United States. And what he used to do, he used to follow this quadrant of urgent and important. True to its value, actually true to its value. He used to take decisions based on that. And that's why it is famous in his name. Now, in that quadrant, if you actually look at it, from a different perspective altogether, you'll discover that the quadrant which is urgent and important, you and I actually spend or invest hardly 1% of our time over there. Hardly 1%. And like I'm talking about decisions, for example, the decisions that you're taking, or the actions that you're taking is based on consideration of the fact that whether it is urgent or important for you. Now, things which are urgent and important for you and me, you hardly put 1% of those actions over there. Almost 95% goes into those things which are neither urgent nor important for you. Yeah, you will be surprised. But this is it. And almost 2% goes into the other two quadrants where things are either urgent or important. It's like either urgent, not important, or maybe not urgent but important. Yeah. So this is a truth. When you start calculating it, when you start sitting down with yourself and actually figuring out what you are doing throughout the day, like nowadays, what I've talked about, I always tell you that, okay, just focus on the day. From the time right now till the time you are going to bed tonight. Focus on what you are paying your attention to. Focus on what you are putting your time into. Focus on where you are putting your money into. Are they really worth it? And I would strongly recommend you to do that. Like these 2 weeks, this week and the next week, I would strongly recommend you to focus your attention on where you are using your time, where you are paying your attention, where you are paying energy exchange for your time. Literally look into that. What kind of people you are spending your time with, what kind of activities you are spending your time with. They're actually spending because you're not getting anything out of it. And where you are actually investing your time. Like I strongly believe that coming into this session in the morning is an investment of time. At least it is for me. Now, if you think it is for you also, then you'll definitely get something out of it. As far as time is concerned, as far as value is concerned. If it is not, then you are actually wasting your time. You may be doing something even more important and urgent, which deserves your attention rather than sitting in this session in the morning. So figure out those activities throughout the day where you spend your time and where you are investing your time. Actually figure out that when you are putting your time into it, what you are getting in return, because time is a currency which you can never store. You can't store it. All these 86,400 seconds that you have throughout the day, you can't store it. It is just available to you the moment you get up in the morning. And it's all up to you how you are going to use that currency for yourself. So literally figure out, if you are spending 2 hours on social media, figure out how much is it worth it for you. Are you making money out of it, or you are just spending time over there? I believe Mark Zuckerberg is definitely minting money because you and I are investing our time for him. Do you think he sends good morning messages to people? Think about all these leaders. Do you think they send good morning messages to you? They never do that. You think of our mentors from whom we learned NLP. What they have done till date to stay in touch with you. Since you participated as a participant in the NLP practitioner program, what they are doing and what you are doing. How many times they are putting their effort to connect with you, how many times you are thinking about connecting with them. They have their own official groups, WhatsApp groups. What kind of message they put over there? Start noticing that. And that's why, as they respect their time, we also respect their time. It's as simple as that. So you notice how you are respecting your time. It's very, very crucial. And why I'm saying these 2 weeks, because we will be completing 1 year of NLP and beyond on 2nd of August. Running a show from Monday to Friday, that too in the morning hours, from 5:15 to 6:45. Think about it, what it needs to do that. Actually think about it. What is your contribution in that? What is your takeaway from there? Does it really matter? Or is it really worth it? That this is what I contributed and this is what my takeaway is. Does it really matter to me? If it matters to you, consider it with the kind of money that you're making out of it. Maybe through coaching, maybe through your own personal development, maybe through your own personal activities. Is it really worth it? If it is worth it, how much? How much it is going to add to your financial bottom line? Yesterday I was attending a session on money. And it was surprising that when this speaker was talking about money, the first thing that he said, which even I found it very difficult to believe initially, but as the session progressed, I discovered that this is the truth. The truth is, people are afraid of money. Yeah, most people, they are afraid of money. They think that earning money is a very difficult task, and wherever there is difficulty, they hardly put their attention over there. People avoid difficulty. People love to stay at ease. Since till date, the only way they have made money by exchanging their time, they think that if I cannot exchange, if I don't have more time, if I cannot exchange my time in any other area, then I cannot make money. And the only way I have learned to make money is exchanging my time as an energy in this way. That is a job that I'm into, that is a profession that I am into. And that's why almost 99% people you come across, they will say, I don't have time. Yeah, this I don't have time. Ask them what do you do throughout the day? And they'd say, I don't have time. It's not true. You don't have time. The truth is where you are putting your time into. All these 24 hours that you get, 6 hours goes into sleeping. And the actual productive hours are only 6. The remaining 12 hours, you have no idea what you're doing. You start figuring out what you're doing. As I was discussing yesterday, actually figure out. We are reading this book together. Master your time, master your life. And to complement that, or rather to supplement that, I'm sharing some more videos where people are talking about small, simple things which they applied as far as time is concerned to improve their quality of life. Why I am doing so? Think about it. What makes Pinaki share all these things? Why he picked up time as a topic to discuss over this week? Why he is talking about money to discuss over next week? Why he is taking so much of pain to identify information which could be relevant for me, which I can use, which I can leverage to make my life better? The intention is not only to share it with you, but the intention is that as I share it with you, it becomes my responsibility to practice it as well. And I'm practicing those things for quite some time. And that made my life better. See, I could have designed a whole training program on time based on all the videos which I'm sharing with you. And I know that people would have paid me for that. If I would have charged only say 500 rupees for that, they would have paid me for that. 5 days a week and only 500 rupees. Wow. My question is that your time worth? Literally need to look into it. I am quite confident that you have never come across a, a session, the kind of discussion that we are having over last 3 days. I'm damn confident. Because almost last 3 to 4 years, ever since COVID was there, I was looking for such things. So I know how difficult it becomes to come across such things which I'm looking forward to. Take advantage of it. Make somebody else's life better. I know many people who are into coaching business, they are not attending the sessions. It's time to start coaching yourself. When you start coaching yourself, when you start getting the values, you start talking to people, those who are close to you. You can actually tell them, see, this is what I do and this is how I make a difference for myself. Start with one person at a time. Start with 4 or 5 people who are actually close to you. Help them make their life better. And I am quite confident they also have like 4 or 5 people in their proximity whom they really want to make a difference in their life. And that's how you can create a community of your own. You can create a followership of your own. People will follow you because they see some value they are getting by investing their time in you. You become that person. You know, this is the last thing that I'm going to talk about on this topic today. When I came to Delhi from Calcutta, so I came here with a job. So I was a journalist. So naturally, Delhi was one of the best places to live your life as a journalist. So I was in Delhi, and when I met people from different walks of life in Delhi, particularly people who are into business, I discovered a 3-word phrase which was very, very important for most people in Delhi, particularly who are into activities for making money. Like everything that they do, they always think in terms of money. Initially, I didn't like it because normally Bengalis are not that money minded. And this 3-word phrase was "Fayda kya hai?" And I discovered that, particularly the Punjabis in Delhi, for them, these 3 words really, really matter a lot. I used to think, oh my God, these people are so money minded. Whatever I go, whenever I go, wherever I meet, the only thing that they ask, "Fayda kya hai?" Then what happened? I actually sit with a guy and I told him, I noticed that you Punjabis, you use this phrase, "Fayda kya hai?" frequently. I don't know if it is a culture, but I noticed that whenever I go and share something with them, any new idea, the first thing that they say, "कि आप बताओ इसमें मेरा फायदा क्या है?" फायदा क्या? Even if I take the first step, उसमें मुझे फायदा, I want to check what I am going to get out of it. And I want to be absolutely clear on that. Based on that, I will take my next decision. Or based on that, I will think about it. Even the next decision could be thinking about it. Yeah, that's the kind of words they used to share with me. And it is not one person. I thought about maybe he's an exception. I spoke with some ladies also. And I discovered they are absolutely clear about it. फायदा क्या है? मतलब कि मैं अगर तुम्हारे इस आइडिया में समय लगाऊंगा, मेहनत लगाऊंगा, if I put my effort into it, if I put my time into it, if I put my money into it, what I am getting out of it, and is it worth it for me or not? If it is not worth me for it, let's maintain friendship, but let's don't get into any other obligation. And when I discovered this, I continued as a journalist in Delhi for almost about 2 to 3 years, not more than 3 years. But I took a decision of leaving a job and starting a business. And at that time, I was actually struggling in Delhi. So when I came to Delhi, this was in 1997. My salary was 6,500 rupees. I had a wonderful portfolio as far as designation is concerned. 6,500 was quite a bit money for me at that time, 30 years ago, almost 27 years ago. But I started actually evaluating my time. At that time, I started reading books on time. This book that we are reading, Brian Tracy, this is a 2016 or 2014 book. It was a very recent book. But that was the time I started actually reading books on time. I was shocked that these people are talking about fayda kya hai? What do they mean by fayda? I never thought it that seriously. Then I started thinking about it, that this is the time I am putting in as a journalist to earn only this much of money. So that was my salary. So that's how I started. What I did, I connected with a lot of PR agencies. And I started writing for the who's who of IT industry. Because I discovered there is some concept called ghost writing, which is very, very famous in this circuit. With these people, they don't have time to write, but they have concepts to share. And that gave me an opportunity to started working on a completely different way to make money. So I was more interested in doing my PR job rather than my job as a journalist, because I used to make more money over there. And imagine what happened. As I started connecting with all these who's who of IT industry, you can think of them. Anybody was, you can think of, I was in touch with them because of my journalist, being a journalist in IT industry. इन सब के साथ मेरा पर्सनल कनेक्शन तो था ही, which I developed over a period of year. And when I started writing for them, imagine what happened. This connection grew even closer. And I started discovering how these people are spending their time, what they are doing. I actually started interviewing them. When I used to connect with them, they would have talked about their article. Okay, this is what you need to write. This is what the concept is. So this is what is going on, and I want you to write on this. But what happened? I started interviewing them. I actually started asking them, how do you spend your day? What you do? And one thing which I discovered was simply amazing. They read books and articles on the subject that they are dealing with. They look for every opportunity to upscale, upgrade, upskill them at any given point of time. Yeah. So I noticed what are the patterns they have. And surprisingly, all of them have almost the same patterns. They write their goals. It's not that it is somewhere, because at that time, mobile phone was not that popular. It was just coming. So I have seen some of their diaries, how they write their goals. I had the privilege of that kind of proximity with these people. They write their goals, they read books, they read articles. Internet was not that popular at that time. PDFs was almost not there. Probably it was not there, because I don't remember I have read any PDF book at that point of time. I really did need to buy books. And where I would go to buy books, I would have go to Kannada Place. I would have go to, there are places like Daryaganj where I used to get these second-hand books. Then I connected with some people जिनके साथ मैं book exchange करता था. So I used to go there once a week. I used to collect a book. I would have read that book, and again next week I go there and I exchange that book with them. These are all booksellers. on footpaths. And that's how I read thousands of books, not from cover to cover, but with the intention of getting the right information at the right time. And that's how I started shaping my way of looking at things. And that worked for me. And I just want that to work for you also, because I know it's going to work for you as well. I was never into coaching business. Probably I should have been in coaching business 30 years ago. Because I got an opportunity to do that when I did my landmark forum. I did the advanced course over there. I did the self-expression and leadership course over there. I did a series of seminars over there. I got an opportunity to work with them as a coach. The only thing is that what I discovered that why I didn't go for it, because I had to commit 6 months of training over there. And those 6 months, I can't do anything. And financially, I was not backed up to take that risk. And then I thought, this is not my cup of tea, chodo, leave it. I love this learning about all these new things. I love to know about all these new things. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. So let me keep it as my hobby. So I kept it as my hobby. I started my own business in 1998, 3rd December. So it's a 25-year young company, which I deal with right now, and which was only into IT. So these are all results of my learning, my experiences as far as time is concerned. Then by God's grace, I got an opportunity to do NLP, learn NLP. And then I got people like you in my life. And then I got inspired to coach. And today I am where I am. So be a contributor. Figure out where you can contribute with all the knowledge that you have and how you're going to make best use of it. When you go for contribution, what happens? You actually figure out what is important for you. You have so much of knowledge. You're collecting it from different sources. The best thing that you get when you go and contribute is discover that this is important for you. Whether you're practicing it or not doesn't matter, but when you go and contribute, you start practicing it. At least you start recalling it. When you do it quite some time, you start practicing it. And as you start practicing it, your subconscious starts believing it. And as your subconscious starts believing it, your subconscious starts taking the actions that you have never took before. And that's how your contribution starts paying out. And I say paying in. There's a word called payout. There's also another word called pay in. It is not in the dictionary, but you can add it. Pay in means coming to me. So I am paying in when I'm contributing my time for something which is good for somebody. Definitely good for me, because if I am talking about it, so I'm also investing my time to talk about it. And imagine what is happening. Subconscious is believing, oh my God, this guy is also talking about it. Let me make it happen for him. And that's how you start manifesting many things in your life which you've never manifested earlier. And when you create a conscious connection with yourself, these manifestations also becomes a conscious outcome. Because you know कि ये manifest होने वाला है. You can actually visualize it. You can actually see it happening. When it happens, your subconscious starts believing further that yes, it works. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. If I have done it in the past, I can do it again. If someone can do it, anyone can do it. And when you train your subconscious in the conscious way of looking at fayda kya hai, you actually do it. But probably you don't have a conscious connection with that. Because everything that you do, you always do this calibration कि उसमें आपका फायदा क्या है. Not always that fayda in terms of money. Many times that fayda is all about it. I have so much of time and I am wondering what to do with this time. So let me go there. Let me sit in that seminar. Let me sit in that workshop. Let me have a conversation with somebody. It may be a gossip. It may be a proper conversation where I can be benefited also. So anyway, you always look for आपका फायदा क्या है. Figure out जो फायदा आपको दिख रहा है, whether it is worth it or not. Whether it is aligned with your purpose or not, life purpose or not. Okay, so that's what I am practicing over so many years. After I got a sense of this conscious connection, which I am sharing with you of late these days. Stay with this vibration that I'm talking about. You know, it's a completely new dynamic way of looking at things. You don't need to agree or disagree with me. It's just like with this new awareness, what do you see possible for yourself? That matters. Stay in this vibration. Okay, reset your mindset with these new thoughts and just see what is possible. So reset your mindset, make your life amazing in every possible way. No matter what, whatever it takes, at least for now till the time you're going to bed tonight, and see what is possible, what is happening, how it's going to make a difference in the quality of life that you're having or that you would like to have. Okay.